Welcome to our Mentorship Mondays. Super pumped to be here. I hope guys you're having the best day ever. Let's rock and roll. So, friends, today we're going to be talking about discipline, right? Motivation versus discipline. What's the difference between those and what the heck, right? What the heck is motivation? What the heck is discipline? And which one is better, right? Which one is better? And I'll give you a little insight. Discipline, right? We're going to talk about how to build discipline, right? Because discipline, this is another muscle, right? It's another muscle in your body. This is like your brain muscle, and we're going to talk about how we can build it, all right? So that's the main topic for today. I have a lot of requirements to talk about mindset, and I think this is a huge one, guys. Exactly, talk about how to build discipline. I'm gonna give you some tips today. So that's our main topic for today's Monday mentorship. Let me know, guys, in the comments how you're feeling. By the way, give me any fire, anything, any support, guys. I'm doing this completely for free, just to support my community, to support my followers, because I want to give it back to my friends, my clients, anyone who follows me. And I'm considering, all my followers, my friends. So guys, let me know, give me some love, give me some support in the comment section. I want you to be engaged as much as possible, all right? So guys, let's talk motivation versus discipline, right? What's the difference between those two? All right, so motivation, what is motivation, right? So motivation, basically, this is the initial spark, right? So the spark, the burst of energy where you get excited to start something new. Maybe you watched some cool motivational video, maybe you're watching, this video right now. Hopefully I can hype you up a little bit. So anything you watch, something on YouTube, you're listening to some podcast, maybe you're listening to some Joe Rogan motivation or something, or from any other motivator, and that sparks that endorphins goes up, and you're like, heck yeah, I'm ready. So this is your motivation. And that's what happens with motivation. Motivation usually come and goes, right? So it never stays steady. It's never there. I can guarantee to you, I don't know anyone who runs on motivation all the time, 24/7, right? So motivation is fleeting, right? It's fleeting. It's like, I can use that word, right? So it comes and goes. So some days you wake up and you're ready to rock and roll and you're ready to, conquer the world. And some days you wake up, feel like poop, right? So feel like crap, and you don't want to do anything. You don't want to just stay in bed all day long, right? But discipline on the other hand, that's something, you probably heard this quote, right? So motivation, it's what gets you started, and discipline is what gets you going. So that's the difference, right? So when your motivation starts fading away, then that's when the discipline comes in hands. And discipline, basically, this is your commitment to show up even if you don't feel like it, right? I love this quote. I'm gonna read it for you right now. So what is discipline? So nobody wants to tell you why discipline is so important, right? Discipline is the strongest form of self-love. It's ignoring current pleasure for a bigger reward to come. It's loving yourself enough to give yourself everything you've ever wanted. So that's what I want to talk about today, about discipline, guys. So basically discipline, how I look at discipline, it's the highest form of self-mastery and self-love. That's how I view discipline. And to be honest, I've really started appreciating and digging deep in discipline just lately, last couple of years. Seriously, I feel like in my 20s, I'll be completely honest with you. Seriously, I didn't have any discipline in my 20s. I'm a hard worker person all my life, seriously. From like freaking 7 years old probably, I started working, helping my parents with a lot of stuff, at home. We would have those like wrenches or something, and we never had cars, seriously. All my life in Ukraine, first 20 years, never had cars. So I bought my first car when I was 27 years old here in Florida. When I moved to Florida, I bought my first car. So never drove my car in my entire life. Before that, so we would have to ride a bike, and that will be like a solid 20 miles to ride to the ranch, where we have little house, and where my parents would always just grow some stuff, like some tomatoes, what else, potatoes, corn, anything, some fruits, vegetables, you name it, cucumbers. So that was pretty much our way to survive, right? We never bought anything in Ukraine. Seriously, we had our plants, everything. So fruits and vegetables. So that's how we just have to buy meat, and even that we would grow meat on our little ranch as well. So I grew up on a ranch with animals, with a big garden, with fruits and vegetables. So, and that range was pretty far. So I have to take a bike, I have to ride a bike. 7 years old me on the little bike. I'm freaking crushing it with my mom, go into that range, to help her to clean up there. Would go like literally, it's all summer, all on the weekend, all the time, for like all day long. So I build my hardship, I see the hard work from the young age. But I feel like in my 20s, I wasn't that disciplined at all. I'm still building it. Like I told you, it's a muscle. I'm still building it. And I wasn't that disciplined in my 20s. I think I was relying more on motivation. So I would literally, every morning I would wake up. I have 5 a.m. clients. So what I would do, I would literally just put it. I remember the second I leave the house, I take the shower. The second I leave the house, I would put in my headphones some type of motivation. Seriously, every freaking morning. I swear to God, like probably every morning for like the 5 years I was in New York, I would listen to something motivational every morning. And that was great, not gonna lie. So I would listen to Joe Rogan, you name it, to some Tony Robbins. I remember like one period of my life, like probably for the entire year, I would listen to some motivation or some podcast from Tony Robbins while I'm riding my bike, or taking train to my 5 a.m. clients almost every day. I used to work in New York like 6-7 days with my in-person clients. So I would listen every morning, just reprogram myself, my brain into something good, something positive, to get myself pushing, to build that spark. So like I would do that on a daily basis. And yeah, can get you, moving, can keep you running for a while. But again, I was like so hyped, and it was like New York for me, completely something brand new. United States, it was 10 years ago. So I ran on motivation for quite some time, but again, it's not sustainable. It's not sustainable. And with the second you have some bad days, and trust me, I've had those too, you lose that motivation, and what else you can rely, right? So, and only another thing you want to rely, it's discipline. And discipline, like any other muscle, right? Like you build in your bicep, right, at the gym. So same way you build in your bicep, you want to build the same way the discipline, right? There's just another muscle in our mind that you want to build it. So we'll take some time to build it, but trust me, I think self-mastery and self-discipline, this is the massive and the best thing you can do to yourself. But like I said before, this is the highest form of self-love and self-mastery. And if you can master yourself, you can master anything in this life. I can guarantee to you. I've been talking to a lot of successful people. I work with like one of the best mentors in the world right now, and on a weekly basis we talk about this. And I see that more and more, especially in my 30s, I'm relying completely on discipline. Like I said, motivation, it's cool to have it. I'm still, would listen to some motivational stuff on a daily basis, but discipline, it's the way to go, all right? And today I'm gonna give you some tips, of course. So we just broke it down right now. What is discipline? What is motivation? Like I said, right? It's a great quote that says, motivational, that's what gets you started. So it's like a nice spark, spark that comes for you from some motivational video, or from something that you've been listening to. But discipline is what gets you going. So I want to give you some tips, right? So like, Vlad, how the heck I can build it, right? So where I can start, how I can build the discipline. So what can I do, right? So if I don't have discipline right now to do anything, and it can be related, guys, to anything in your life, whether it's a health, wealth, relationship, anything. If you build discipline in any aspect of your life, I promise it's gonna serve you on the highest level in every single aspect of your life, all right? So let's start with some practical tips to build discipline, right? So what you can do, where you can start. All right, so number one, it starts small. Okay, so start small. A lot of people making this huge, massive mistake. They trying to do all in once. A lot of things all in once. So do not overwhelm yourself trying to change everything in once. Pick one habit, right? Pick one habit and focus on it. All right, so to focus on. And I have this great example. I'm always thinking, that about 75 hard, guys. I know a lot of you heard about 75 hard. Basically, for 75 days non-stop, you do a lot of like challenging things. You have the whole list. You know, everyone makes it different, but like original one, you have like to do like, you know, clean, eat clean, get like solid amount of sleep, like 6 hours of sleep, and 2 workouts. I know for sure the original 75 hard, it has 2 workouts a day. So for 75 days, you have to do 2 workouts daily. And I love you guys, I love you, but I bet everyone who's watching it not gonna be able to do 2 workouts unless you're like some professional athletes on a daily basis, okay? And that's what happens with a lot of people. Again, on the example of 75 hard, you like so hyped, you motivated, like fuck yeah, let's go, let's do it, let's do 75 hard. You start doing it, you will do it for like, and before you would do like maybe 3 workouts a week, right? So 3 workouts a week you would do before, and now you're trying to do 2 workouts a day, which is like insane amount, right? I don't know anyone from my friends, from anyone who's doing 2 workouts a day, 365 days a year, right? So every single day. So imagine for 75 days out of blue, you commit to do 2 workouts a day, which is pretty insane. I've been in the fitness industry for almost 10 years. And again, I build this muscle, right? I build discipline around my workout. So it's pretty much in my DNA. Do like 1 workout a day. It's like a must for me. I have to do something unless I'm really sick as dog, or I really tired, you know, my nervous system is like damaged something, so I really need to take active rest. But besides that, I usually work out. I do something every day, and maybe 2, 3, maybe 4 times a week, usually 2, 3 times a week, I would do 2 workouts, right? So 2 workouts a day. And it's usually like totally different, right? Whether it's a cardio and strength training, or we'll do like some cycling class for 45 minutes and strength training, or we'll do yoga class, you know, and strength training. So that would happen a few times a week. That's it. So I didn't usually overwhelm yourself. And imagine for you that you've never done something like that, even close, you barely can commit to 2 workouts a week, and you know you fell off, and you're trying to do 75 hard. A lot of you is gonna fall off by first Friday. I can bet $100 on that. And that's what happens with a lot of people. They commit to 75 hard without, you know, this pretty much you just jumping, you know, without from crawling, you go in sprinting. So a lot of you would fall off. I can bet, you know, if you tried 75 hard before, you would commit for that, you know, for 2, 3, maybe 4 days. By Friday, usually fell off from that. And of course, you're beating yourself up on the weekend that you didn't do this. And every time you miss a day, you have to start over. So I know a lot of people, they start, you know, by Friday, they fall off and they beating themselves up on the weekend about that they didn't complete 75 hard. And on Monday, again, they completely mess up their progress on the weekend by drinking, by eating garbage. And on Monday, they start again. And they pretty much just getting themselves in that hamster wheel. They just do the same trick over and over. They try and, you know, on Monday, they stick to it for 3 days. They cannot stick on the long run because they just taking too much in their shoulders and they fell off, you know, and they just stay in that cycle forever, you know, for a month or even for years. So my suggestion will be start small and focus on one thing. You know, it's like I said, any other muscle, you know, you cannot go from just walking, from crawling to sprinting. So start with crawl, from crawl to walk, then run, okay? So you want to pick one thing, pick one habit, and focus on it at least for a couple weeks. You know, like this, a lot of research shows that, you know, if you want to do to build habit takes like different, right? So 21 day, we know, I heard about 21 day takes to build a habit, 30 days, 66 days. I think the longer the better, actually. Up to 66 days is something more, definitely more trustful. That's, I think, how long will take you to build a new habit. So it's not going to happen overnight. So your goal basically to stick to one thing, and that's going to be actually your homework, right? So for everyone who's watching right now, I want you to write down the comments and commit to one thing that you want to do this week. For the next 7 days, you want to commit to one thing. So whether it's to do something active, you know, go on a walk with your loved ones or by yourself every single day. Just one thing, pick. Or maybe it's for you, for example, for me, I'll share my own. For me this week, it's to wake up at 5 a.m. every day. Seriously, that's my commitment. This is my new for discipline, a new challenge to wake up at 5 a.m. Because I used to wake up at 5 before for years, but lately I've been slacking. I got lazy a little bit. I would wake up at 6, 6:30 nowadays. So that pushed me a little bit off my grind, right? So off my routine. So I want to get back myself to waking up at 5 in the morning. And today, actually day 1, I committed and I already woke up today at 5 in the morning. So heck yeah, fist bump. Thank you guys for all the hard, kind words to me, which no one said, right? I didn't see any encouragement on YouTube too, guys. Nope, no. It's okay. So, woohoo! Yeah, good for me. I woke up day one at 5 a.m. So my goal to commit to that one habit. Like I said, the other habits I already built up before, so it's not a problem already for me. That's in my DNA. So imagine if you're trying to do all at once. You know, you're trying to wake up at 5 a.m. You're trying to do workout every day. You're trying to eat healthy. You're trying to to drink 8 ounces of water. If you're trying to commit to all of that on Monday, I bet you're gonna fall off in 2 or 3 days, maybe even on day 2 from all of this, because it's just too much. So pick one thing and stick to it for at least a couple weeks until it becomes a habit and it's kind of becomes in your DNA. Seriously, it should actually pick up in 2-3 weeks. You should pick up that habit and it should be actually like new normal for you. All right, so it's number one, and this is your homework. Please write it down in the comments. What's you committing this week to one single thing, whether it's a wake up earlier. And again, don't rush yourself. Another thing I see a lot of people do, and another tip for you, they're trying to go crazy nuts. You know, for example, if you used to wake up at 8 or like 8 in the morning, and you're like, okay, this week I'm gonna start waking up at 5 in the morning. You know, let's be honest, it's not gonna happen. Such a big jump from waking up at 7 or 8 a.m. and you're trying to wake up 2-3 hours earlier than that on a daily basis. Let's be honest, it's not gonna happen, right? So maybe you're gonna do it for one day. For me, for example, I'm trying to go from 6 a.m. right now to 5 a.m. So just 1 hour early, and I've done it before for years, so I think it's totally doable. So another tip for you, set realistic goals, right? Write it down in the comments, set realistic goals and focus on one thing. So for example, if you wake up at 7 in the morning, try to wake up in 6 in the morning and do it for 1 month. If you can do it for 1 month, okay, if you're feeling comfortable waking up at 6, after that you can push yourself and maybe try to wake up next month, following months at 5 a.m., right? But don't try to jump from something, you know, you've been doing it for years or for months and jump in something unrealistic, because most likely it's not going to happen. So start small, focus on one thing without overwhelming yourself, and stick to it, right? Stick to it and make it realistic, right? So something that you think you will be able to do it. Like for example, go on a 20 minutes daily walk, right? Something totally confined, totally doable, right? So, or drink 60 ounces of water daily, you know, or cut the sugar. All right, we'll talk about that right now, but just pick one thing, all right? So start small, pick one thing and make it realistic, all right? That's gonna be your homework. So for everyone who's watching, write it down, all right? So number 2, and I talked about it already a little bit about this, so set clear goals, right? So it's easier to stay disciplined when you know exactly what you're working towards. So set clear goal and break your big goal into smaller goals, right? So like into smaller milestones. It's going to be so much easier for you to reach, and it's going to be more achievable, right? So in the long run. This way you can measure your progress and stay motivated along the way. So set clear goals, all right? So what are you trying to achieve? So how, for example, for me, why waking up early at 5 in the morning is how it's gonna benefit me. So ask yourself, why am I doing this? So why do I want to work out every day? Or why do I want to drink more water? Or why do I want to wake up early? For me, for example, why I want to wake up early, it's because it will help me to get more done, right? So I'm getting busier with my clients, I'm getting more work. So actually waking up early at 5 in the morning, I can get more stuff done, so I can be more productive in the morning. There's quiet, there's no one bothering me, so I can get more things done in a day, okay? So ask yourself, set a clear goal and ask yourself, why am I doing this, right? So if you don't know why you're doing this, because someone else doing it, your neighbor John is doing it, and you just want to do it with him, it's not the best way, guys. Let's be honest with you. I'll be honest with you. It's not the best way to do it, right? So when I have set your clear goals, why you're really doing this and how it's going to benefit you on the long run. And this way you can break it down, your goals, into smaller milestones, right? Number 3, I call it create a routine, right? So discipline thrives on routine. So set a schedule and stick to it. And the best way to set a schedule for anything, it's put it in your calendar, right? So guys, create a calendar. So I preached about this all the time. I did a lot of videos before, and I'm not gonna lie, I've been pretty bad with this too before. I hired a mentor, and now I'm definitely getting much better with this. Not perfect, we all not perfect, right? So I'm getting better with this, but you want to put everything, every single thing, and I promise I'll make, actually it's going to be totally different video about this. So right now I'm just want to give like a little tip, but I'm going to make the full video on it. So put everything in your calendar. Seriously, if it's not in your calendar, it's most likely it's not going to happen, right? So whether it's a workout, even wake up time, seriously, even to the point where you wake up time, you want to set in your calendar. So if you're trying to wake up now 1 hour earlier, put it in your freaking Google Calendar, seriously, and stick to it. It's not gonna give you a little beep, you know, notification in the morning, but also This way you can visually see this, so you have to wake up at 6 in the morning compared to 7, and this way you can stick to that goal. You know, when you see it visually, it's much better for you than just thinking like, you know, I'll try to wake up 1 hour early. So like I said, guys, tip number 3, create a routine. And the best way to create a routine is to set a calendar. So put everything you're trying to do on a daily basis, you know, all these little habits that you're focusing on, put it in your calendar, right? And like I said, I'll break it down in the following videos more about this. But right now, just put everything, all the important tasks. I'm talking about your work, your fitness, you know, your workouts, you're even spending time with your loved one, everything, all your priorities, put in your calendar. I promise you it's going to be a life-changing experience for you if you're not doing it yet, all right? Next one, we're almost done, guys, here. I know it was pretty long podcast, about 20 minutes, but I'm almost done here. So next one, I call it, instead of adding more, eliminate something, all right? So, and I'll explain right now what I mean by that. So instead of adding more to your stuff, you know, okay, I'm gonna work out more every day, or I'm gonna, you know, eat more protein. Start eliminating some stuff that's not serving you already in your life. Because let's be honest, we all have habits, but some habits serves us, and a lot of our habits doesn't serve us at all. It does opposite, right? So it just takes all our energy. And that, for example, you might be thinking like, oh, I don't have any bad habits, but look this way. You know, your habit can be that you're eating some dessert after every dinner, right? So eating ice cream bar every after dinner, right? That can be habit. This is habit because you do it on a daily basis, and you eat something, you need something, you know, sweet, you know, after your dinner. The habit watching TV, right? Watching Netflix for 2 hours before bed. Instead of going to bed early at 10 p.m. and get a good night's sleep, you're watching TV. You know, you binge watching TV or sitting on TikTok for 2 hours before bed, and that's why you're going to bed at 12 midnight or 1 in the morning, and that's why you're not getting enough sleep. So start eliminating those habits. You know, instead of adding more to your life, start eliminating. Because I hear all the time from successful people, they say, it's not what I do, it's not, they ask them, how you become successful? So they say, it's not what I do, it's what I don't do, right? So basically, I don't stay up late, I don't drink, I don't smoke, you know, I stick to my routine, I stick to my negotiables, I put everything in calendar, so that's how you become successful. It's all about foundation, it's all about these little things, that's what about you don't do, that's how you become, guys, the best version of yourself, all right? So think about 1 or 2 things this week. Also, that's your homework. Instead of adding more, so focus on 1 healthy things, you know, that you can add into your life this week, and start focusing on one thing. And also try to eliminate, and don't go crazy, don't try to eliminate everything, right? So from your life, whether it's, you know, smoking, drinking, especially big vices like those, you know, going out on the weekend, smoking, drinking, those will take some time, seriously. It will take some work to complete. So don't try to eliminate all of them in once, but just pick one, whether it's binge watching TV every night, you know, try to eliminate that maybe to 1 hour, and like 10, with the second it hits 10 or 11 p.m., I'm going to freaking bed. That's it. It's not negotiable. I'm not sitting here, I'm not binge watching till 2 in the morning, the episodes, right? So even if it's 11 a.m. hits right in the middle of the episode, you're watching something, freaking turn it off. That's it. Turn it off, shut it down. You can finish it tomorrow. It's not going to go anywhere, right? Netflix is not going to go anywhere. So for a lot of people, I think that, you know, watching TV or eating dessert every night, that can be a good start. So I'm giving just suggestions, but it can be totally, it's up to you, right? So again, reflect. We're gonna reflect on the last one here. So eliminate, right? So instead of adding more to your life, eliminate some crap that is not serving you. And it can be so many different things. Like I said, it can be tiny vices, you know, drinking on the weekends, hanging out with friends too much, watching TV every night, eating something sweet every day because you think you deserve it, you know. What did you do today to deserve it, you know, that every single day? And especially if you cannot control yourself and you go nuts. If you can control yourself, you can have a little bit of something, that's cool. But usually that's what happens, you know, you have a little something and you're just pigging out for the rest of the night while watching TV, and that's how you overeat on a daily basis, right? That's why I didn't see any results. So eliminate, start eliminating 1 thing this week that something doesn't serve you, all right? That's my next tip, all right? And the last one, guys, the last one for today, it will be hold yourself accountable, right? Hold yourself accountable. So that's the discipline it's all about, and find a way to hold yourself accountable. Seriously, this could be tracking your progress in journaling every day. This could be sharing your goals with your loved ones, with your friends. even like putting on the bet, if I'll do this for the next 30 days, I can reward myself with something, or bet like $50 with your friend that for the next 30 days, you're gonna walk every day, you're gonna work out every day, or you're gonna start, eliminate watching TV. So keep yourself, hold yourself accountable, or hire a coach. Another great way, like, I keep my clients accountable. It's by helping them with their routine, motivating them on a daily basis. So find someone or something that you can hold yourself accountable, okay? Accountability increases your commitment to your goals. And the last little thing I want to throw it there, celebrate small wins. Seriously, don't beat yourself up and don't try, like I said, to go all at once, go crazy, but stick to one thing, focus on one thing, try to eliminate something bad that doesn't serve you from your life, and celebrate small wins. Seriously, that's why I do this in my community. I do this, Wednesday, Winning Wednesday. Because seriously, we just beat ourselves up so much for the shit that we do, but we never celebrate and we never pat yourself on your back for a little good stuff. I even talked to my client today, and he's like, damn, last week was like so bad and this and that, and actually I'm feeling discouraged. I'm like, and I check his progress. I'm like, are you kidding me? You actually tracked your food every single day, without missing. You completed all your 3 workouts that you had assigned for the week. So this is a fucking big win, and I want you to celebrate it, guys. Celebrate small little wins on a daily basis. If you woke up on time, boom, that's your first win. Celebrate it. Well, like, you're gonna stack those wins during the day, so celebrate those little things and don't look just on the bigger picture. That's why I said before, break it down, your big goals, into smaller milestones. That's how you can celebrate them on a daily basis. All right. So again, guys, today we talked about discipline, motivation versus discipline, right? And we broke it down basically. So discipline, motivation is what gets you started, and discipline is what gets you going, right? And we talked about this discipline. This is the highest form of self-mastery and self-love, right? So the best thing, pretty much the discipline is the best thing you can do to yourself, right? To become disciplined. And discipline, this is the muscle, right? It's not just happens in one click, you become disciplined. No, this is the muscle that you want to build up over time. If you're not disciplined right now with anything in your life, this is the great way to start with little tips that I gave you today, right? So start small with the focusing on one thing. Number 2 is set clear goals, right? So number 3 is create routine, right? So like put in your calendar, schedule the stuff that becomes inevitable that you're gonna finish it, and it just pretty much becomes the part of your DNA. Number 4, it's instead of adding more stuff to your life, eliminate some shit that doesn't serve you anymore and just takes your energy from you, right? So all the habits that we have, I bet we all have those habits, whether it's, like I said, some type of vices, watching TV, binge eating. So start eliminating one of those this week. Next one, hold yourself accountable, right? So hold yourself accountable with loved ones, with a coach, by journaling, and celebrate small wins, all right? Friends, I hope that was helpful for you. Again, let me know in the comments what is your one focus thing that you're gonna focus this week. I love you. Have an amazing week ahead of you. Let's freaking go. I'll see you in the next one. Peace. All right, YouTube, what's going on, friends? I was doing podcasts on my Facebook community. I appreciate you. I see some comments over here. Again, I'm gonna really quickly check what we have here. Any questions for me? What you on, little bro? What content do you do? I do content all about, so my channel, guys, for everyone who's watching right now, my channel, Vladdy Lifestyle, it's all about fitness, nutrition, and mindset, right? So it's all about how to become the best version of yourself, how to become 2.0 version of yourself, whether it's a sorry guys, trying to end my Facebook Live. It didn't end. So whether it's, like I said, the mindset, like we talked today about motivation versus discipline, whether it's nutrition, whether it's a workouts. I've been a coach in the fitness industry. I've been an online coach for almost a decade, right? So I've been personal trainer for almost 10 years. So I know quite a little bit, what I'm talking about. So I build myself up to a routine that I'm proud of, and I helped hundreds of clients to get there, to become the best version of themselves as well. So that's what I'm doing on this channel. I'm sharing all the tips, that I build up, that I learned in the last 10 years around health, nutrition, workouts, nutrition, and mindset. how to become better. So that's what this channel is all about. I guys appreciate everyone who is on the live here. Again, guys, I'll give you last minute right now. It's been already 30 minutes. Thank you everyone who's watching it right now. If you have any questions, I'm going to do right now a quick Q&A. Please let me know in the comments. You have 1 minute right now to ask me anything, and give me a fire, guys. Drop me a fire if this live was helpful. My goal actually to do lives like this on a daily or at least 3 times a week, or ideally on a daily basis with a lot of value. So guys, please keep tuning in to lives like this. My goal to help you to become the best version of yourself without I'm asking anything from you. Seriously, all this lives completely for free. So I'm just genuinely here, guys. Want to help you level up. We're all leveling up here, guys, together. It's all about your community. It's all about people who you're surrounding yourself with. And if you are surrounded with someone who is freaking lazy, who doesn't want to do anything with their life, you know, let's be honest, that's where you're gonna be. But if you're with someone who freaking wants to get to the next level, who wants to be jacked, who wants to be lean, who wants to be lead by example, always call it like lead by example, like lead from the front and lead by example. So I'm leading, my goal to lead from the front, guys, and I want you to do the same in your community. All right, looks like I don't have any other questions. Again, guys, it was absolute pleasure to see you here. Hope that was great, some helpful tips for you today, motivation versus discipline. Have the best day ever, and I'll see you in the next one. That was Coach Vlad. Peace. See you.